how to make an opening like this in your Google slideshow. Well, for your Google slideshow game. Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? So what I did to do that is I'll just show you. This is a template that I could give you, but what I want to show you is how I made it. So for the first slide, oh yes, okay, before we start, we want sound effects. I mean, it's optional, so you could skip this part if you don't need sound effects, but I think it's really nice. With the sound effects, just adds taste to it. So what I like to do is just go to, just search up sound effects on Google, and go to this website, Pixabay. I'll put it in the description of the video. And then, yeah, it has all these sound effects you could use. And then you can search up what you want. Like, say you want flickering lights, for example, right? Then you get your sound. And then you would download it. I'm gonna choose a different sound just because if I'm gonna download it, I want to download something I want. Wait, okay, so I'll just do that. This, for example, right? And you could use this for other things than just the opening. You could use this for any sound effect you want, not just that. So I got my sound effect here. I'm gonna rename it to what I want it to be renamed to. So let's say sword swing, just as it so it's easier. And then go to your Google Drive, like that, and then go to just the first link, and then what you're gonna want to do is go to download. So tap these three dots. I don't think it matters what browser you use. I mean, it's gonna be in different spots, but I think it should be around the same thing for everyone. Do downloads and just hold on, I deleted that one. Well, if you didn't rename it, you could just drag it in there, like from here, and then drag it. But I renamed it, so I'm gonna have to find it myself. Depending on what computer you have, it'll be different. So I'll just do this, right? I'll go in my files and do that, and upload it. So now what you wanna do is I'll just start from nothing. Okay, you're just gonna make a first slide, and then type in your title here. I'll just type in title because I don't have a game to make right now. And then this, just put in the about your game. Like say it's a sci-fi game, then you could write something like explore planets and time for the solar system, you know? Just type in whatever your game is about, you know? And then after that, you want to get your background to whatever you want. For this one, I'm just gonna do this. You know, actually, I'm gonna have this title for like Space Game, just do that. So I'm gonna, and then you can also change the font. I want to do like a sci-fi thing. Then you want to choose a font that matches it. So I'm gonna choose something like this font for Squadda 1. And all these fonts are accessible through Google Fonts, so they don't cost nothing. You could download them for free. Okay, next what you want to do is, this is optional also, but I think it's highly recommended. So you want to make a game logo. So you could either draw it on a different tab, or you could make it with Google Slide Shapes, which I like to do. So what I'm going to do is just place the sun shape. See this yellow diamond? I'm going to press that. You could change like that. See what happens? When I press it, it does that, and you could change how big you want it. So I like to do it around that. That's nice. And I'm gonna get rid of the border, you know. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to add a circle. No, actually, I'm gonna add a diamond. It's in callouts and it's in the shape thing. So do that. And I'm gonna put it right there. That looks pretty nice. Then I'm also gonna get rid of the border, and I'm gonna color it like this color, and then make the star behind it like this color. That's pretty nice. And then I want like a brighter color in the middle, so what I'm gonna do for that is just add a shape I want in the middle. Let's see, I'm just gonna add a circle. So I'm gonna shrink it down. Now if you want a perfect growth and shrink without making it like that, then just hold down shift while you're scaling it. And if you want it to stay in the same place while you're scaling it, just hold control and shift and it'll work like that. So let's do that. And I'm just gonna put it there, scale it down a little, and then I'm gonna make it like that color. I'm still trying to go with the space theme. And I'm gonna add, for the actual background of the logo, I'm gonna do this and make it go to the order to the back, so it's the layer behind all of that stuff, and expand it. I'm going to go to this button from the border, and I'm gonna set it to black and make it 8 pixels wide. Then make the color in it any color you want, so I'm just gonna do that. And then group it together, not the text box, just this. And then go to group, and then you have your logo. You probably want to center it. If you got this so far, right? If you want something like this, how I showed you where the tiles go out like that, and with sound effects, pretty easy actually. Okay, I'll show you. So you have this, just copy and paste that slide, and get rid of the text. Now for the boxes, I had to do some math with dimensions, but it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna put this shape to the side for now, we'll come back to that later. But the dimensions of this shape should be 5 width by 2.8 height, right there. And then make the border 12 pixels, and then make these two colors whatever you want. Keep the space theme, I'm just gonna do something like that. That's decent. And then we're just gonna duplicate this and put it in the other corners. Simple like that. Okay, and then go back to this shape, and then right click on it and center. Wait, before you center it, make sure it's on the front of the page. Bring the front. And now you could center it on the page. Like that. Now once you do that, if you don't want to do anything else with this slide, and just copy and paste this slide again. But if you want to add sound effects, you're welcome to. And now for this slide, the last slide, this is the one with the animations. Press the first tile and press animate. Now what I want, you could do anything with this, but to have that expanding effect, you're gonna have all of them go in a different direction. So this one, I want to go fly out to top. It's gonna go this way. And now I want it to go, you want it to memorize this number, so it's around the same for every animation. I'm gonna do 0.5, and you want after previous for the first one, but all the other ones, the other 3, you want to set to with previous. So let's continue. This one gonna go that way, so with previous, remember, and then go to fly out to right. But remember to set it to the number you set this one to for the speed of the animation. And did the same with this one, fly out to bottom with previous, set to 0.5 seconds, or however long you set it. You set this to whatever you want, the same. And then this one, same thing with previous. Left, fly out to left, set it to 0.5. And it should look something like that. It looks the same, but it has animations. See, this slide doesn't have no animations, this one does. So now, I'm gonna add some sound effects to make it a little better. So I'm just gonna copy these sound effects, but you can just insert your own sound effects. It's pretty easy, it should be. Just do the same process you did earlier, but with other sound effects. So this is what it should look like when it's finished. You could do this for any one of your options. Like for any of your games, you could do different openings, but I like this one, so yeah. So now I'll just press slideshow and I'll show you what we've made. It's pretty nice. But there's one last thing you might want to do. If you saw the beginning of the video, when I did this, you see on the last slide, it is flashing lights that appear, and also the logo only appears after the other ones fade away. If you want that, then it's pretty easy. Just add a shape and put it off to the side. Press animate, and this is going to be a delay block. What that means is it will trigger the next animation that comes after the previous one out of a certain amount of time. So I'm going to do fade out. It's going to be after previous, and set it to how much delay you want. I'm going to do 0.3 seconds, and then tap the middle shape and add animation and make this one fade in after previous. So that will make this appear after after it happens. Now if you want the flashing lights, that's easy. What you want to do is just add 2 layers of this, and then you could get rid of the border and then make it whatever color you want, and then make sure you send it to that and add an animation that it will fade in after previous, but it will be very quick, like 0.2 seconds, and then animate this block again, and then make it fade in as another delay block. So you want it to be the opposite of the previous delay setting. So this one was fade out, you want this to be fade in, and this is going to be after previous, and you want it to make it 0.1 usually, and then make this one fade out. Wait, hold up, I did this wrong. What did I do? No, okay, never mind. Okay, don't worry about what I just said. Okay, anyway, just make a new animation for the purple or the flashing light, whatever color it is, and drag it to the bottom and make it fade out after previous, and make it whatever time you want. This should be the finished product.